மார்னிங் சார். ஜெய்ஸ் பாருங்க.
சார் குட் மார்னிங்.
சார் குட் மார்னிங் சார்.
குட் மார்னிங் மேடம். குட் மார்னிங்.
குட் மார்னிங் சார்.
வித்யானந்த் சார் ஜாயின் பண்றாரா?
லைன்ல தான் சார் ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டேன் சார்.
யா குட் மார்னிங் சார். குட் மார்னிங். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் சார்.
Good morning, sir. Now it is in live, sir.
சார் ஸ்க்ரீன் ஷேரிங் எனக்கு எனேபிள் பண்ணுங்க.
இதை இப்போ செக் பண்ணுங்க சார். ஜெய் சார் லைவ் பண்ணிட்டாரு.
இல்ல லைவ் இல்ல, எனக்கு ஹோஸ்ட் ஆப்ஷன் இல்ல. ஐ கேன் நாட்
YouTube
ஷேர் மை
live.
ஸ்க்ரீன்.
Sir, 1 minute, 1 minute. Jake, 1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute, 1 minute. Now it is enabled, sir.
இதோ செக் பண்ணு.
Is it enabled, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, Jai Ganesh, sir, it is enabled now.
Yes, sir. I can see it. I'm just sharing my screen.
Yeah, sir. It is in live, sir, now.
Okay. I'll just share my screen and I'll go on to screen.
Pravina ma'am.
Shall I start, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Very good morning to all. I'd like to welcome Dr.S.Jai Ganesh, who is the resource person going to deliver a seminar on today on the topic Cyber Hygiene Ensuring Digital Safety. Sir is working as an assistant professor in the Department of CSE, Cyber Security at IIIT Kottayam. He has earned his ME in Communication System and PhD in Cryptography on the title Chaos-Based Cryptography for Image Security from Anna University, Chennai. He has 12 years of teaching experience and has published 14 research papers in international journals, international and national conferences. Sir has authored 3 books and 2 book chapters. Sir is also EC Council certified ethical hacker and also completed professional certifications on cyber security offered by industries like Google, IBM, and Cisco. His research areas includes cryptography, web application security, multimedia forensic, ML in cybersecurity. Thank you, Jay sir. Now I have transfer the session to Mr. Jai Ganesh sir for delivering the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the brief introduction. So, very good morning, all. So, first of all, I would like to thank the Institute, RMK College of Engineering and Technology, as well as RMK Group of Institutions, for giving me this opportunity to share my insights and to share. And I would consider this opportunity as a spreading an awareness on how important the cyber hygiene is. So, and I also personally thank Dr.N. Gangadharan, sir. So he's always my head of the department as long as I am associated with him. So thank you so much, sir, for choosing me to deliver this particular topic on this day. And I also thank the coordinators for all the arrangements, and the coordination have been done very seamlessly. So thank you, Dr. Rajan, sir, Pravina ma'am, and Vijayan, sir, for all the arrangements that you have made. So with this, all this due said, let's get into today's topic. And before I start, I would like to get a confirmation that if you can able to see my screen.
Sir, Jai Ganesh, sir, one request, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think the voice is a little bit low, sir. That is a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The screen is visible, sir.
Yeah, screen is visible.
Is it fine now, sir?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine, sir.
All right, thank you. So with that, let's get into today's agenda. So today's agenda is going to be, first we will be talking about what exactly cyber hygiene is, and then we will exactly see what are all the modern threats that is faced by the youngsters nowadays. So we will be predominantly addressing what's called digital arrest, and we will be seeing what is cyberbullying and how is it affecting our youngsters, and then online harassment, and what are all the remedial measures that we could take regarding this particular problems, which is a serious issue nowadays in the cyber field. And we will also talk about the fake loan scams, so which most of the youngsters and the people are getting scammed, and they are losing huge amount of money. And finally, we will talk about the phishing attacks, how it is corrected, and what are all the types of phishing attacks that we have, and what are all the shapes that it could take So in order to get normal persons in trap. So these are all the modern cyber threats to the youngsters, and we will talk in detail about each and every threat in detail in the upcoming sessions. And finally, I'm honored to let you know that what are all the cybercrime reporting portals that is initiated by the government of India, especially by Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. In short, we call it as I4C. So that's the agenda for today. So, talking about what exactly cyber hygiene is. So, cyber hygiene refers to the daily habits and then the best practices that helps individual and organization to stay safe online. So, as like we have our daily hygiene, so just like brushing your teeth every day to prevent cavities. So, cyber hygiene is also regularly maintaining your digital security. So, how safe you can be on the internet and what are all the measures that you will have to take in order to keep yourself and your family safe from the cyberspace. So that's the entire definition of what exactly cyber hygiene is. So why is it important? So why is this session being delivered for every one of you? So why is it cyber hygiene has to be considered as an day-to-day activity? So first one is there is a huge chance that you may lose all your personal data like passwords, bank details, and social media accounts. So if you have to protect all these personal data, then cyber hygiene is really mandatory for you. And then to prevent hacking and then scams. So most of the hackers comes up with more sophisticated attacks in order to lure money from the victims, and then they could able to execute any scam activities like phishing emails, digital arrest frauds, which we will be talking in detail in the subsequent sessions. So cyber hygiene is very much important to stay safe and to prevent ourselves from these type of attacks. So, and we will have to keep our devices also safe. So nowadays we are handling too much of devices like laptops, mobile phone, tablets, and all personal assistant devices that is connected onto the internet. So in today's connected world, so there is a huge possibility that you may install a malware, or you may get means your device may get infected with an malware or an ransomware attack in case if you are running an organization. So if the network infrastructure is not properly secured, and if not, and if the security protocols are not in place, then there is a huge possibility and there is a huge risk of ransomware attack and installation of malwares, which could actually able to steal any sensitive informations that is present in your mobile phones, and also it could able to take access of your webcam so that your live video can be recorded, and it can take snapshots. It can the attackers can also take control of your microphone so that they can able to spy on your conversation, eavesdrop your conversation. So the results are very catastrophic. So in order to keep your devices safe from the malware and then the ransomware attacks, you have to execute or you have to exercise some sort of cyber hygiene. And the final one, it ensures smooth online experiences. So by avoiding all the security issues. So talking about the next one, so what are all the modern cyber threats to youngsters? So there are different threats that is present for youngsters nowadays. So I don't want to just scroll you through the slides which talks about keep your password safe, we having a lengthy password, changing it twice or thrice in year or months. So all these things are already known to you, but I personally believe that being a student or anyone who is listening to this particular session, if you have an awareness of what is actually happening on the cyberspace, then through the audience, I'm just communicating this particular topic so that you can able to help your neighbors who is experiencing a cyber crime, who is a victim of a cyber fraud, who is about to lose his money through any scam. So that is the objective and that is the vision of this particular session. So I believe each and every one of you who is listening to this particular session will be getting awareness on what are all the various cyber threats that as an youngster, since it is student centric, I would consider how the students are facing various scams over here. So out of this, we are going to talk about four different threats and four major threats which is being faced by youngsters nowadays, out of which the first one is digital arrest, and second one is cyberbullying and online harassment, and the third one is fake loan apps, or fake loan scams that we could say. And finally, we can talk about phishing and then the related crimes. So first talking about the digital arrests. So what is a digital arrest? So digital arrest is like, it's a new word for us. So in the cyberspace, so digital house arrest. So it's a new form of cyber crime. It's a cyber crime. Of course, it is a cyber crime, and it involves trapping the victims into their homes to defraud them, where criminals create a fear by making audio calls or video calls, and they will actually impersonate like law enforcement officers. So they will impersonate and they will post like any sub inspectors or inspectors or even SPs or DSPs or IGs like that, and they will set up a fake offices over there. And while you are looking to them through a video call on your WhatsApp or any social media platforms, it appears to be like an legitimate police station. Uh, it appears to be an very legitimate police officer talking from an office space. So first of all, this is what we call it as digital arrest, and they will accuse you for any fraudulent activity. They will come up with different types of activities that they would ask you to that you have been indulged in these sort of activities, and so that you have been arrested on digital sense. So they will not allow you to cut the call, and this scenario is what we call it as digital arrest. So this digital arrest is directly connected to our Indian economy as well. So as the report says, as per the recent report that I have, which is released by Reserve Bank of India, revealed that India has witnessed a banking fraud which is exceeding to 30,000 crores during the financial year 2023. And in the past decade, Indian banks have reported over 65,000 cases of frauds. So this is a huge number. And look at the total money that is lost in this scam and then the fraudulent activities. It is almost about 4.69 trillion. It's not billion, it's trillion. So this is a significant amount, and this is a significant contribution towards our Indian economy as well. So this is a very serious crime. So people lose money in this particular scam only because they do not have an awareness of what exactly it is, and they do not know how to react and how to handle this particular situation. So they will just trust the people who is on the video call is actually an police officer or an inspector, and by mistake they have been arrested. So this is a direct contribution towards our Indian economy, and awareness about this can be stopped only through spreading the awareness. There is no other technical um, things that we can do. So it has to be stopped from our end itself. Of course, Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center is taking too much of efforts to control this sort of frauds and scams. So I4C is actually tying up with telecommunication industries, and also they are tying up with Microsoft as well in order to identify and in order to trace back these sort of um, scammers present across India. So this particular scam is not only targeted for students, but there is no exception in cybercrime. So everyone is a victim. So everyone will be targeted equally, be it a student, be it an CEO of a company, or be it a principal of an institution, or any big shot celebrity in any field. You will be targeted, and there is no difference and there is no discrimination when it comes to cyber attacks. So as you could see, the news statement says that even Berhampur University Vice Chancellor loses 14 lakhs in digital arrest scam. So this is not the only case that is recorded on this particular arrest. There are lots of cases that we get. So here are the sample things. So even in Tamil Nadu cybercrime wing, here they have arrested two men from Surat in the digital arrest scam. So this has happened very recently in December 17 last year. So if you look at this particular case, a victim is from the Tiruvallur district and he has lost over 71 lakhs. And if you look at the case statement which is present here, the fraudster actually insisted that the complaint follow his instructions to avoid the arrest. So someone have called the victim, and then they said that you will have to follow my instructions in order to avoid the arrest. And they have literally asked him to transfer money, some sort of money to their bank account, and then sometimes it can be a cryptocurrencies as well. So the fraudster said that the transfer amount would be verified. So this is what will be the statement that the attackers will say to you. The scammers will tell to you the money which you are sending to the scammer, it will be verified with the RBI, and once it is proved that you have not involved in any such activities, then your money will be refunded to you. So it will be more convincing, and then in that pressure point, there huge people, most of the people will trust that this is an original call, and then they have to come out of this case. They don't want to enter into these headaches, so they will somehow get convinced, and then they will transfer. So looking at the statement further, so they got convinced. This particular victim has actually got convinced by this transaction, I mean by this interaction, and then he has transferred an amount of 71 lakhs to the given account number. And that's all. That's the end of the story. And next day, if you call back to the same number, there might be no one. The number will be, your number will be blocked, and their number will also be not inactive. So the fraudster will be absconded. So the complaint was unable to contact the fraudster, and only after that he has realized that it is a digital scam, and then he lodged a complaint. So the complaint was investigated, and finally the cybercrime wing in Tamil Nadu have spotted that this team is operating from Surat, and they have arrested these two people in this particular case. So 71 lakhs is not an small money for any individual. So losing 71 lakhs on a scam only because of lack of awareness is a very sad thing that we have to say. And taking the second cases, so Chandigarh resident have losses 57 lakh to digital arrest scam. So this has also happened very recently this month. So today we are on March 9th. It has happened just 3 days back. So this happened to be an lady victim. So a woman is. So in her complaint to police, her identity is not revealed. Of course, our cybercrime department will not reveal any women sensitive informations online. So that's not our point now. But to understand, this is another sort of crime. So here the people will call you, and then they will tell you that he is from an DHL employee. He is an DHL employee, which is actually a parcel delivery service company. So he is an higher employee who is working at DHL, and then he told her that there is an suspicious parcel which is being sent in her name, and that particular parcel has contained 5 passports and some legal credit cards, spoofed credit cards, 3.5 kg of clutch, and 400 grams of drugs. So this is what will be the statement, and you will be threatened, and you will be accused for transferring this particular parcel. Even if you say that I have not sent this parcel, they will be telling you, or they will be revealing you that your name, your Aadhaar number, and then your residential address. So these details they might have got from any breach. So you don't have to worry about that. So any data or anywhere, if you have submitted your other details, and if that particular company's database have been breached on any attack, then these attackers could able to get those informations. So you do not have to worry about, even if the person is telling you your name, he is calling you, he is correctly telling your date of birth, and then the Aadhaar number, your house address, etc. So they will get these informations on any breach. Of course, it's an illegal thing. So once all these details have been said to that particular woman, she got tensed, and you could actually see that under pressure, they will pressurize that you have to send the money, and you are being accused for money laundering crime. So under pressure, she used that word. Under pressure, I transferred 57 lakhs. And how did she transfer? She has actually liquidated her investment, her lifetime investment, taking loans and selling the golds that she have saved. So this is a very hard earned money. So liquidating your investments, it has been done throughout your lifetime. It takes your lifetime to have a decent money to save, and she has to take loans, and then she have sell all his gold. And considering the gold rate nowadays, it's not an easy money. So she transferred 57 lakhs by doing all these sort of things just to lose the money. So she mentioned they were monitoring her throughout the WhatsApp video call, and then they were on the Skype video call as well, and they have insisted her not to disclose this particular information to anyone else. So this is the second case. So they will post like in DHL parcel delivery services as well. So adding up, there is another case here. In this particular case, not an individual but an family is cornered and the family is threatened. So every member in that particular family has been impersonated like the government officials. The victim were threatened with the arrest over false accusation, so leading them to make significant payments. So police are actually investigating this particular incident. This is also a very recent incident which happened last month of 2025. So 1.1 crore, around 1 crore is also not in. So that is why I said that money people lose in this particular scam is directly impacting our Indian economy. It converts into a black money, and they will convert it into cryptocurrency. So they will have that money laundering procedures. So anyhow, this is directly impacting our economy as well. So this, as I already said, this can be prevented or this can be addressed only with the awareness. So if any one of you listening to this particular session, now I think you are aware of what digital arrest is. And if someone calls you in the future, now you will be aware that this is a type of scam and you will not be losing the money. And I wanted anyone who is listening to this particular session to educate your friends, your sisters, your relatives, or your neighbors who doesn't have sufficient knowledge or awareness on this particular type of crimes which is happening nowadays. So next is the digital arrest, and she's an aged woman. So even this has happened last month in 2025. So she is an elderly woman, and as per the reports, I think she is around 70, 75 years of age. Looking into the complete case study, I could able to say that she's above 70 years old, and she is a retired academician as well. So in this case, we cannot say that the victims are uneducated. So sometimes educated people are also falling prey to this type of scams. So this elderly woman actually received a random call from unknown number. So, and then she was accused, a person who is impersonated himself, like he is from an CBI official from Mumbai, and he actually threatened and he accused for cheating people their money. So she has run some company, and through that company, she has cheated a huge money from the people. So she was accused in that way, and then and then in this particular case, the scammer could also share a document which is like an FIR. A FIR has been filed against her in Mumbai police station, and then arrest warrant is also being issued by the court. He has also doctored image in a sense it's a edited image. So some document will be created, and then the emblems, logos, seals of government officials will be illegally used here, and it will be forged. The document will be forged, and these forged document will be sent as a proof. So we have an FIR filed against you, and we have an arrest warrant, and considering your age. So look at the statement that they have made. So imposters have actually told her that in view of her age, see how polite they are. So looking at the age of this particular victim, they are not arresting her physically, but placing her under digital arrest. So this is what the statement which was made by the scamsters. So they stopped moving her out of home, and they have also threatened her some CBI officials and police officials are waiting around her home, and if she step out of her home, she will be arrested physically even by the CBI officers. And they also insisted that old lady to remain on video call until the money is being transferred. So with this much, and how much of pressure that an elder people can hold? They could actually believe, and then with no other choice, there is no scope of discussing this particular matter with anyone else. So she has transferred the money and 47 lakhs. She has lost 47 lakhs, and then she realized that this is an scam type of thing, and then the cybercrime case was registered. She could able to get only 12 lakhs back. So in cybercrime, when you lose money, so it's not possible practically It's not possible for us to recover the complete money that we have lost. So most of the case studies says that you may get only up to 20 to 30% of what you have lost. So that's the maximum that you can get. But anyhow, the money which is lost is lost. So as I already said, the huge money is being scammed on in this particular crime is concerned. So impact of digital arrest is directly reflecting on Indian economy. If you look at the stats, and if I just throw you some numbers here, so look at this particular number. So between January and April 2024 itself, in just 4 months of time, so Indian citizens have reported losses which is totaling approximately to 120 crores, which is around $14 million. So due to digital arrest scam alone. So in this particular scam, so they are just losing this much of amount. And another statistic states that so National Cybercrime Reporting Portal has recorded over 7,40,000 complaints. So this is related to digital arrest fraud. 7 lakh complaints alone they have received. So this is a recorded number, which means the people who came forward and then they registered the complaint. And that too in just 4 months of time. So this is the complaints that they have received, and we do not know how much of money have been lost in may means it's around 120 crores of money, it may be even huge. So all this money is being lost. And then finally, the first 9 months of 2024, so India have experienced losses of approximately 11,000 crores. So due to various cyber scams, this includes several type of scams, but predominantly digital arrest is contributing a significant amount to this particular figure. So out of this 11,000 crore, I would say around 60 percentage of this money would be lost in the digital arrest scam, and the rest of the attacks will be like phishing attack and the rest of the attacks which we are going to discuss in nowadays. So this is not an easy thing. So we can stop as a citizen of India, so as a responsible citizen and being an educated person, so we can stop this particular fraud just by creating an awareness. So if you are aware of this type of fraud is being happening, then we can completely stop this particular scam. So one thing which I would like to make it clear on this particular session is there is no legal provision in Indian law for a digital arrest. There is nothing called digital arrest. So the term digital arrest is actually a scam which is created by the cyber criminals. So they have devised these words like you have been arrested digitally. So as per Indian Penal Code and Information Act 2000, so any law enforcement agency cannot arrest you or anyone in digital film. They can arrest you physically with a proper FAR and then with proper warrants issued by the court or the designated authorities. So without that, there is nothing called digital arrest. So if someone is saying that you are under digital arrest, it is 100% it is a scam. You can right away talk back on their face. So this is a scam. I'm not going to obey. You don't actually have to obey the instructions what they are talking to. If they tell you not to cut the call, you can cut the call, block their number, and then you can report that particular number on the cybercrime portal. So if someone is claiming that you are under digital arrest, obviously that is 100% it is a scam. And do not transfer any money or you do not transfer any document with you, or you do not have to respond to the threats as well. So they will threaten you like you will be arrested, and then they have the images of you that will be circulated, that will be doctored, means forged, and that will be circulated on the internet. You don't have to worry about all these things. So just cut the call, block the number, and be safe. So report the scam immediately to the police or cybercrime portal. So approach any nearby police station immediately and report that you have received a call from this particular number. And then you just block that particular number. And you have enough and more cybercrime portal, which I will tell you at the end of this particular session. So you can use any of those portals and then you can just report the crime. So that's about the digital arrest. So when talking about the digital arrest, the huge money is being lost. So it is entirely focused on luring money from the people. So the next attack which we could able to talk in this particular session is cyberbullying. So cyberbullying and then online harassment is another major problem. I could even say it is a cyber crime which is faced by most of our youngsters, and even school students are facing this particular scams and this particular problem. So nowadays even school students, they are having their mobile phones, and without proper knowledge on the digital platform that they use, they install many apps. So they give unwanted permissions to that particular mobile devices, which actually paves the way for scammers to take control of their particular thing. So what exactly is cyberbullying? So cyberbullying and online harassment are one among the most common cyber threats faced by youngsters. And so these crimes actually involves the use of digital platforms, or they will actually intimidate and they will threaten you, or they will harm individuals emotionally, psychologically, or sometimes financially as well. So any sort of activity that falls under this category, we call it as cyberbullying or harassment. So what is included in cyberbullying? So we could actually say that so cyberbullying is if we are receiving any threatening messages, and if you are receiving any messages that is hurting you, or which is humiliating messages on any platform, let it be on WhatsApp or any social media platform, or through comments or through voice messages, through calls, let it take any form. So any sort of threatening, or it is hurting you, or it is humiliating sort of messages will be considered as cyberbullying. And then you have to spread false rumors or private informations. So no one can spread any rumors again. If so, internet is there for sharing information, but there it is a scope. There is a huge amount of scope that people will share false informations on internet as well. Even that is considered as cyberbullying. It can be the target can be a company, or it can be any individual as well. So sharing private information. So it can be your picture, or it can be it can say, for an example, if you have set your password to someone else and they are revealing it on a public forum, that is cyberbullying. So none of the other person can reveal your personal information or private information on the internet. Even you should not reveal. Then how come the others can reveal it? So impersonating someone. So I cannot act like someone else. So impersonating someone is also considered as cyberbullying. And then posting inappropriate pictures or videos without any consent. I may have your picture, but without your consent or without your approval, I cannot able to post it on any social media platforms. If you're not okay with that, I should refrain posting that particular video. So if you see any of anyone who is posting your pictures without your consent, then that can be treated as cyberbullying. So this comes under the cyberbullying. And to differentiate what harassment is, so it takes different forms. So first one is stalking. So stalking is nothing but continuous following someone online and then tracking their activities. Hey, you did this. Hey, you did that. I have been tracking you. So if that goes beyond a certain extent, then this is considered as harassment. Doxing. So doxing is nothing but publishing someone private information like the phone number, address to harm them. So we matured people will not share even the phone numbers. If I have to share any phone number which I already have, I should get a consent from them. Let's take for an example. I have a colleague working with me, and someone else is asking for the phone number. So I cannot simply give the phone number, even if the person who is asking may be a friend of mine. I cannot simply give the phone number. So I have to get the consent of my colleague. Like my friend is asking for your contact number. Can I give your number or not? Can I share your number? I have to get the consent there. And then only after getting the consent, I can able to. So even for the phone number exchange between the colleague and then the friend, so this much of privacy is required. So coming to an internet, so sharing your informations with unknown people is not at all safe. So it will harm, and it may lead to any serious activities as well. So that sort of activity is what we call it as doxing. So doxing is like publishing others' private information on the internet with an intention to harm them. So trolling. So this is the nowadays we take it as a fun part. So we see lots of troll videos, troll posts, and memes on the internet, but technically these things will come under harassment only. So of course you can take action. So it is you are allowed to file a complaint against that, but your complaint will be considered, or it will be executed only if there is a physical threat. Unless it is not leading to any physical threat, or the consequences is leading, or it is becoming physical, then there will not be no action. So if you are reacting for each and every troll post that is coming on the internet, then we will not have sufficient manpower to um, to analyze all these particular things. So that's trolling is. So trolling is a very common thing that we take it in a lighter side, but when it extends, or when it is crossing the limit, then it is very serious issue. Next one is extortion. So it is like blackmailing someone using explicit content. So this will usually happen. You may get a fake WhatsApp call. This is happening nowadays. You may get a WhatsApp call, video call. So when you answer that particular call, the other side there might be some woman. So with nude and semi-nude video call. By the time you attend that particular video call, they will take a screenshot and they will record the screen as well. And then later they will use this particular screenshot and video of yours to blackmail you, to threaten you. So that's what we call it as extortion. So all these things comes under the online harassment. So I hope now you understood what exactly cyberbullying is and then online harassment is. You could face any of these issues on the internet. If you're not aware of all these things, you may get mentally upset, or sometimes you may lose money as well. So how can you protect yourself from cyberbullying? So it actually simple. So never share your personal informations like your phone number, addresses, and then the passwords. So internet is not the space for you to share all these private information. So in US we something call it as PII. So personally identifiable informations. So any information through which you can be personally identified should not be shared on the should not be shared on a public forum. And block and report the bullies on social media. So if you are getting any messages without your concern, or if you are not comfortable with that particular account, and if you feel like he's bullying you or he's harassing you, then immediately block that particular thing. Yeah, every social media apps now comes up with blocking facility, and you can also report even. So if many people report the same account, the same organization will block that account permanently. So that is there. But the thing is, many people have to block them, and they should get reports from several people using the same platform. So only then they will be removed. So for you to be safe, you can simply block them, and as an additional step, you can able to report them. And use strong privacy settings on social media. So while uploading photos on Instagram, you will have an option, like you can enable the option of let other people download this. So if you're uploading a reel on Instagram and you are keeping the setting as it is downloadable, then someone else can download the video. So they got your video, and we do not have any idea like what he can do with that video. So your movements are there on that particular video, so they can morph it and they can spread it again on the internet. So use strong privacy settings. So do not allow anyone else to download your content from the internet without your permission, or don't allow that. And do not respond to any trolls or negative comments. So it will become even worse. So if you are reacting, then the information will still be catastrophic. So I suggest you not to respond to any trolls or any negative comments that you receive. So it could be the starting point for cyberbullying or harassment. So if you do not react for any such comments, they will keep quiet over a period of time. So you need not have to react for each and everything. There are lots of positive things which you can consider and you can react, but not for these things. So just in case, if you feel like you have crossed the limit and you want to report them, if that is your decision, then keep evidences. So evidences are mandatory for any judiciary action. So any law enforcement agencies will ask for evidences. So you can take enough and more screenshots, the messages, whatever being sent on WhatsApp, and all these screenshots you have to collect, which acts as an evidence. And with all these evidences, you can report that this particular account is actually bullying on you. So, and always advise someone else to talk to someone else. So if you do not know what to do, so let's say for an example you are experiencing some um, harassment, or if you are getting unwanted calls from unknown number very often, and it is in an inappropriate, it is very inappropriate way, just talk to someone. So they may know, or they may guide you like what to do. So, for example, our institute, RMK group of institutions, have very good counseling system. They have a very good counselor system. So, talk to your counselor freely. Or you can talk to any person whom you believe or whom you are comfortable with. So, first talk to someone else. So, they may know what to do next, or they will ask to someone else, and then they will help you out on this particular regard. So don't keep it with you. So there is nothing wrong in talking out to someone, because you have not done anything wrong. The mistake is not on your side. So just talk to someone else so that you'll get a solution. So India has a very stringent legal actions for cyberbullying and then harassment. I would like to show you certain acts which are punishable. So India has a strict law to punish cyber bullies. So under two circumstances, I mean under two codes. One is Information Technology Act (IT) Act, which is happening online, and Indian Penal Code (IPC) we call. The first section is 66A under IT Act. So this section covers all offenses like sending offensive messages, threatening an individual, or using abusive messages online. So all these sort of activities can be punished under section 66A. And posting obscene and sexually explicit material online without consent, then it can be treated, or it can be punished under section 67. And cyber stalking and then harassment, if you feel like someone is stalking on you, then if you're not comfortable, if you have to register a complaint, then there is a section for that. So section 5 354D under IPC. So cyber stalking and harassment can be punishable. And section 500 deals with online defamation case. So someone is spreading rumors about you, and because of that particular rumor, your fame has got down. There is some defamation that you have faced, usually for celebrities that they will have. So as an institute, if any information that is passed on the internet, or any comment that is against the institute has ruined your reputation, then it can be dealt under section 500. So any minors, protect minors from online sexual harassment and exploitation. So this is unbailable. So POCSO Act is there. So this is especially for the minors. So any women, or any women. So if he is feeling harassment or there, so he can be punished, or he can be taken uh, behind the bars by using POCSO Act. So that is all about the fake, cyberbullying and then the online harassment. So next, focusing on the other side, the third major problem that everyone faces, fake loan apps. So nowadays, everyone is in need of money. So no one will say no for money. So we don't want to say no for money. So if it is an easy money, then we will always try to accept it. And it costs us a lot. So it costs us more than what we get out of it. So fake loan apps, and or I would say fake loan scams. So fake loan hams have become a major crime nowadays, because every youngster or a person who just started working, or most of the students, they are falling prey for this particular scam. So they are running behind their pocket money, or for their weekly expenses, for partying, or you may ask money to your parents, they may deny it for certain reasons, and you want that money. So these particular students will install some fake apps which is actually lending money. So this is becoming a major cybercrime in India again. So trapping thousands of people in financial fraud and harassment. So here, fake loan apps, the result of this victim is you will be losing money. Financial fraud is also there, and sometimes you will be harassed as well. So these apps have lure victims by offering instant loans. So there will not be much procedure. So you will have to install the app. So that I will tell you what is the process and how this fake loan apps will work. That we will see it in the next slide. So they will offer instant loan, but later, once you install that particular app, it will exploit all your data. It will steal all of your data. It will ask permission for your cameras, photos, contacts, everything that is present on your mobile, and it will be copied, and it will impose high interest rate. So it can skyrocket up to 300% per annum. So that's a huge interest we are paying towards the small money that we get. And obviously it uses intimidation tactics. Intimidation tactics means it will pressure you or it will force you to do certain things in order to get money from you back. So this is an workflow of how exactly these fake loan apps will work. So first one is luring victims. So this promises install personal loan. So usually these ads you will get through YouTube, Instagram, or sometimes WhatsApp. You will get the links. I have earned this much of money by using this app. Just by simply playing, I have received this much of money. So there will be lots of app getting, there are lots of app that is getting circulated through this social media, and they are hosted on Google Play itself. So they will be categorized under gaming app. It will not be categorized under financial category. So they will be hosting this particular apps on the gaming sort of thing. So these apps promise instant loans with zero paperwork and quick approval. So you don't have to submit any proof. Normally, if you want to get a loan from a bank, you will have to submit all you have to do your KYC. So know your customer document. You have to submit certain documents, and bank has to check your CIBIL score whether you are in a position to repay that. And certain banks will take securities to offer you a loan. So without any of these processes, without any of these paperwork done, these apps will give you money instantly. And second one is collecting personal data. Once the user is installing that particular app, so it will ask for access. It will ask for a permission to access contacts, photos, messages, and even sometimes locations as well. So these apps extract all the sensitive informations that you have in your mobile without your knowledge. So you will not know that these informations are actually being um, transferred to the command and control. So next step is loan disbursement with hidden charges. They will tell you, they will give you a small amount. So say from 2,000 to 10,000 or sometimes 15,000 max. So for that particular small amount, they will charge you a heavy processing fee, and then the interest may, as I already said, the interest rate may go up to 300% as well. So that is very huge amount, and you will get only half of the amount that you have received. So you might have requested 50,000 rupees, and you would get only 25,000 rupees, saying that the rest of the 25,000 rupees have been charged for processing work, paperwork, and then loan disbursement charges. So that is taken as a charge again. But you will be paying interest for 50,000, not for 25,000. So next one, so if a user is delaying the repayment, if you cannot able to repay the amount which you have got, then they will start harassing you, and then they will start blackmailing you. So if the user delays payment, these recovery agents, or we can simply call it as fraudster or scammers, so they will send threatening messages to victims and their contacts. So if you are not repaying the money within this period of time, I'm going to release all of your photos on the internet. I have access to your photos. Because we gave access to all our gallery, so he can take enough and more pictures from our gallery. So that can be done. So they can morph victim's photo, and then it can be very inappropriate, and then they will actually give you, they can actually threaten you, like they can take legal action against you because you have received money from them that has been credited to your account. So saying that bank statement, as per the RBI guideline, you have taken a loan from us, and if you are not repaying us, you will be charged financially, or you will be facing a lawsuit against the activity. And most of them, and we have cases like, because of this peer pressure, some have lost their lives as well. So many have attempted suicides even. So mental harassment, they will mentally harass the victim, leading to severe distress or sometimes suicides even. So that's a workflow of how this fake loan will work. So how can you protect yourself from these sort of apps? So first thing what I would say in general is don't go beyond quick money. So quick money is not permanent. So the speed at which it came in, the speed it will go off. So don't get attracted towards the quick money. So before you apply for any loan, so just for any businesses or if you need any financial assistance, just you can apply for a loan, but you should check RBI's list for registered lenders. So RBI has actually given a list of lenders. Only they can able to give money. They can able to lend money for the people. So never download any loan apps from unknown sources or SMS links. So you don't know what you are downloading. That may be a gaming app or that may be an loan app, but at the back end, you may install a malware and you may download any malware and that actually steals information and that sometimes malwares can spread even. So it can propagate into your network and it can affect all the devices which is connected onto the network. So never download any loan apps which is from unknown sources and do not give too much of access. So make sure for which purpose the app is intended for, and if the permission is appropriate then you can give it, otherwise it's safe not to give permissions. And if harassed, report to the cybercrime portal. Anyway, if you are in a position like not to repay the amount that you have received through these fake loan apps, just report to the cybercrime portal. And next important thing which I would like to discuss is you need not uh, want to panic. So these apps, the people, those who are running this particular app cannot take any legal actions against you. So fake loan apps cannot legally take actions against you because they are also operating illegally. So they cannot, first thing, they cannot take any legal actions against us. So, however, they will still try to threaten or blackmail you. So that will be there to recover the money which they sent you. So through illegal means, of course. So first one, I'll tell you why. They are not registered with RBI. So they are not registered with RBI. So in India, only banks and RBI approved non-banking financial companies can lend money legally. So any other entity or any other person or any other community who is not falling under this particular category, they cannot legally claim that they are lending money legally. So they are not bound by the RBI rules. So they operate without legal agreements. So initially for the quick money, they will not get any paperwork done. So there is no agreement that is done. So legitimate lenders will actually sign a loan agreement between you and then the bank. So verify the documents before approving a loan. So they have not, these fake loans have not done any of these, and their contracts are legally unenforceable even though that you have signed any agreement using OTP or saying your name that or by typing like I agree, they're not enforceable in court because all these digital agreement, it has no legal standing, so as they are not associated with RBI. So if they are not RBI registered, any of these contract cannot be enforced in the court and it cannot be dealt as the legal evidence as well. So they use illegal collection tactics. Of course, you have received money, and if you cannot able to pay it back, you don't have to worry. Just leave it as it is. First of all, don't take it, even if you have taken it unknowingly or unintentionally. You don't have to worry about that. Just leave it as such. So you can report to the Cybercrime Coordination Center. So they use illegal collection tactics. Of course, they will threaten you, they will blackmail you, and sometimes they will harass you with the photos that they have taken out from your mobile. And again, this is an violation of Indian acts. So remember, so even if you took a loan, you are not legally required to repay it. So legally, you don't have to repay it. So just be safe and avoid taking loans from such apps in future. So identifying a genuine money lending apps. How can you identify a money lending app? You will have to verify the lender on RBI's website. So first step is to go to RBI official website and then check for RBI NBFC list. So NBFC stands for non-banking financial companies. And if you see their names is present in that particular list, then they are authorized. I mean, RBI is authorized that particular entity to lend money. So search for the lender name in the registered NBFC companies, and if it is not there, don't take the loan. So, and then you can verify the trusted government and then banking website. Just go through the internet and then check for their name and then add a fraud or scam next to that particular name. And if there are too many reports that is appearing on the search, then it's better to stay away from that particular apps. So next sort of attack is phishing and then related crimes. You all know what phishing is. So phishing is one of the most common cyber threats in India. So where cyber criminals will trick people into revealing personal informations, password, and financial details. So these scams often happen through email, SMSs, and they will host a fake website, and you will be enforced to type your sensitive informations on that websites. So this is what something we call it as phishing. So here is how actually the phishing will work. So first, the fraudster will actually send an email or SMS, and this particular email, looking from the outside, it seems to be from a legitimate source. So victim actually shares the personal informations, trusting that the email is from the original source, and the fraudster will get the credential. So once he got the credential, so he can able to do anything that he wanted to do with that credential. So that is how the phishing attack will happen. So there are different types of phishing which you need to understand. So when I say phishing, it will not come only in email. So first one is majorly used phishing email. Fraudster will actually send you fake emails impersonating a bank or company or government agency. So example, you may get an email from support@amazonsecure.com, so asking you to reset your password. So and they will give you an hyperlink, click here to reset your password, and behind that click here you may be redirected towards a fake website or any phishing website which attacker have created and hosted on the internet maliciously. So next one is SMS phishing, which we technically call it as smishing in cyber field. So victims will receive fake SMS messages, so pretending to be from banks or courier services on UPI apps. So saying that you have received a parcel, or sometimes, dear customer, your SBI ATM card will be blocked today. So click here to update KYC, followed by any fake link that the attacker have created. So these type of phishings will create a sort of urge to do it immediately. So that urging, none of the banks will do that. They will give you enough and more timeline, breathing time to actually to get your works done. So voice phishing, we call it as wishing. So criminals will call victims pretending to be from the banks. That 16 digit number, all these things comes under this wishing. So telecom providers and government agency, they will claim themselves. They are saying that your SIM card is involved in a crime. And with today's AI facility, the voice changing facilities are all available. So they can actually able to change their voice, and with the AI's deep fake versions, they can even change their faces as well in the live video calls. That is also possible. So, sir, your PAN card is blocked. So please verify your Aadhaar and bank details. So this is the most typical call that you will get. So spear phishing is usually it's like targeting big shots like CEOs, officials, employees. So like that. So that is what we call it as spear phishing. So for these people, they will create an fake email and then ask the receptionist to send account details of that particular company, or they will urge for any bank transfers. So immediately release a payment to this particular company and so and so. So even the employees will assume that this is from our boss, and then they will transfer it. So that is what spear phishing is. So how do we identify phishing emails? That's a simple thing. So emails from unknown senders asking for personal information. So none of you will ask you for personal informations, and sometimes you will have to uh, keenly note the links. So it is Amazon. So here, if you could see, at an outset, you can see, you can actually read it as amazonsecure.com. But actually that ZON is typed as Z0 and then N. So O and 0 looks very similar at an outset, but when it comes to domain name, both are different. So attackers can host different domains at different names. Say for an example, google.com. These two O's can be changed as zeros. So at an outset, looking from the screen, it appears to be as google.com. They will read it as google.com. So those are malicious sites. So poor grammar and urgent messages. Poor grammar nowadays it is not possible. Even attackers use ChatGPT to create high quality messages. So poor grammar is not an indication nowadays. So unexpected OTP or payment request. If you get any unexpected OTPs, please approach your bank and then tell them that you are getting an OTP or any payment request to your mobile number from this particular account, and some sort of activities might have been happening at the back end. You might have clicked a link, or you might have visited a malicious website in search of any document or any other activities. So it is advised to report to your bank immediately. So calls asking for sensitive details. So never share OTP or any sensitive informations over phone. So how can you protect? So always check the website URLs. If there is any hyperlink, don't just click on that. All the websites, government websites should end with gov.in, or official domains they should have, like we have rmkcet.ac.in. So like that it will be. So never share OTP, CVVs, and then password. And don't share the photograph of your credit debit cards on the internet. And don't save it on your mobile phone as well. So enable multi-factor authentication. Even if you have a strong password, it can be bypassed. So have a multi-factor authentication. So even if your password is getting breached, or if the attacker got access to your password, the another layer of security will be there. So always enable multi-factor authentication if it is available in that particular service. So verify unknown calls claiming to be from banks or government agencies. So call to your, even if you get a call from saying that he is in customer care from this particular bank, you can just call the original customer care of that particular bank and inquire about this particular interaction that you have did. So use official banking apps. Don't click on the links which you have received through SMS. Try to download it from the Google App Play Store itself, or iOS App Store itself. So best practices in cyberspaces. This is from here on, these are all the things which you can actually know. So think before you click. So never click on any unknown links. So use strong and unique passwords. Your password, the best practice is to use your password should have 12 plus character, and with a mix of lowercase, uppercase numbers, and then symbols, so that any brute force attack will take much more time to crack your password. So that's not practically possible. So never reuse the password across multiple platforms. Nowadays, we use the same password for the ease of remembrance. But if your password is getting breached at one website, the attacker now has a password for all the websites that you have used the same password. So enable two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication wherever it is possible, which is already been said. So phishing scams are all there. So any email that you receive, any SMS that you receive, or any calls that you receive, be vigilant, be alert, and then ensure whether you are doing the right thing. So don't simply click on any links that you have received through unknown sources. So a few things that you have already know is secure your social media online presence. Do not share too much of information on social media. So be silent, be as silent as possible. Limit what you share, and check privacy settings of what you're actually sharing. And you can protect yourself from swim swap calls as well. Your SIM card can actually be swapped. So old is not always gold. So changing your password regularly will prevent unauthorized access. So always remember that there is someone else on the other side. So these images credit will go to I4C. They have created these images. So then talking about the awareness video, this is one important website which I would like to introduce to you, which is by Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, where they have posted many short videos describing about what describing about different crimes that is happening, different frauds that is happening. So when you get into this particular link, you can able to see all the short videos. So videos will not exceed more than 1.5 minutes. So when you find time, you can just watch these videos and then spread awareness. And you have a dedicated portal developed by Government of India, National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, NCCRP. So the link is given to here. And the highlight of this particular portal is you can register three type of complaints here. So if you are a women or children related crime, they have a different portal. And if it is a financial fraud, you can call it, you can actually register it in the financial fraud. And any other sort of cybercrime like bullying, harassment, the stalking, these type of thing, you can register it on the cybercrime. So these cases will be registered under different departments, and different law enforcement agencies will investigate it accordingly. So you have a separate website, Sanchar Sati. This website or this portal is especially for reporting spams and mobile related crimes. So you can actually check how many numbers are there, how many numbers have been registered under your name. So here is the 6 services that is offered by this particular website. So you can actually block your mobile number in case if it is stolen, and then you can actually check how many mobile connections are there in your name. So these portals are really helpful, and it is advisable for you to check the mobile numbers of your entire family. Just check the name is only associated with that particular number. If you see any unnecessary numbers that is registered under your name, then you have a facility to block it or to take it out as well. So you make use of these particular portals, and then you can be safe online. So reporting non-consensual intimate image abuse. So if you come to know that any of your friends, relatives, or even self, some of your morphed images is circulated online, then it is advised to download the particular image or video on your devices, and then you can upload it to this particular website. And this is an non-profit organization. So any organization which is associated with this particular website will try to remove that particular file from their databases. So that will slow down the spreading speed on the internet. So if you come across any of your friends or any of your relatives morphed video is getting circulated on the internet, then you can make use of this particular website and you can report it. So that you can actually reduce the speed of spreading, and also console them not to worry about that. And in today's highly connected world, it is very much important for us to stay informed about cyber crimes. As the technology evolves, the crimes is also getting different form. So it is always advised and it is necessary for us to be updated with the different forms of cyber crimes. So one particular website that will give you all sort of information is the420.in. So this particular website will record all the case studies, and this will give you the different types of scams that is happening in India, cyber related scams that is happening in India. So this is a good source where you can spend some time to know about how these crimes are getting happen, and you will come to know about new scams as well, so that you can spread awareness within your family members. So I would like to introduce you to some websites where you can check whether the website, if you are visiting, is legitimate or not. So just type the URL here in this particular website, and that will tell you whether the website is legitimate website or not. So I will share the presentation with the coordinator so that you can get all the links. So in case if you are downloading any file from the internet as an attachment, you can just upload it to this particular website, and that will tell you if that file is containing any malware. So whether if the same file is flagged as malware, viruses from other companies. So if it is a malware, then that will alert you like this is likely a malware or a Trojan you are about to install. So this is one website which will allow you to scan for your files. And if you have any IP addresses, you can scan for the IP addresses as well. So to conclude my particular session, so prevention is always better than the cure, especially in the cyber world. So stay safe and be responsible. Your safety is your responsibility. So you will have to ensure that you are safe on the internet. So cybercrime does not, as I already said, cybercrime does not discriminate whether you are a student, you are a CEO or a celebrity. So everyone is a target for a scam. So stay protected. So what's next? I expect at least you will share this information with your friends and family, like these sort of scams is happening. And I encourage them to follow cybersecurity best practices. You just educate them, like use the strong passwords, and you just educate them like what are all the contents that you have learned from this particular session. And importantly, you stay updated. So staying updated is the key in the cyberspace. So only if we know that new scammers arise, you can refrain yourself from being a victim to that particular scam. So with that all due information, I can say that cyber hygiene is not a choice anymore. It is necessary for everyone for safe and secure lifestyle. So you cannot consider that as a choice. So cyber hygiene is not a choice anymore. It's a responsibility. As like we will not neglect personal hygiene, like we will wash our hands and we will brush our teeth every time, and we will ensure our personal hygiene for the health benefits. Similarly, cyber hygiene is also important for us for cyber health. So with that, I conclude my session. Again, thanks for the given opportunity. And anyone who is listening to this session, I'm happy to connect with you on the LinkedIn. So thank you. I hope the session was useful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Ganesh, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a really wonderful and excellent session. I watched all the contents.
Yeah.
Just I was about to ask questions. The answers are coming in the next slide itself. In the YouTube link also, questions are not posted because you have covered all the basics from basics to till the top end.
Oh,
and all the topics regarding this cyber, what is meant by cyber hygiene and digital arrest, cyberbullying and online harassment, fake loan scam, phishing attacks, and difference between this harassment also. So many insights, and you also referred websites.
Yeah.
And you tell us, you told about how we have to be very careful and protect us from the cyber attacks. Very, very much useful for this coming generations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jai Ganesh, sir. We have got a very good session and a very good research person. I'm very happy that one of our colleagues has come up to this level, and really it's giving us a very good encouragement for us also. I really thank our management and our group of principals of our group of institutions, HODs of various departments, and particularly our EC HOD, Sir Dr. N. Gangadharan. Immediately when we asked him, sir, who would be the resource person for this session? Immediately he told, let put Dr. Jai Ganesh, sir. Already we planned, this time we will surely execute it like that. He encouraged us.
Yeah.
Whenever we ask our management also, they immediately granting all the stuffs related to this sessions, generic talk series. So really motivate us. Thanks to our principal, sir, our dean, research dean, academic, and all our department college department HODs, our colleagues, our professors, and I really appreciate our students for listening to these sessions on this Sunday. And not but the least, the thing that has been materialized for online sessions, Dr. Regin Paul and CSHOD, are really thankful to them for organizing, enabling us to make this session a live telecast. So thank you all. Thank you, Jai Ganesh, sir. We please come to our college on offline sessions.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Please share the slides. I will pass this slides to.
Yeah, I will share it through mail and WhatsApp as well.
Thank you, Jai sir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Ganesh, sir. Wonderful session.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much.
Pravina ma'am, thank you for giving a very good welcome on this, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Regin, sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So, can we leave the call?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.